to the Life-Tastic Podcast with Chris and Stephanie. I'm your host, Chris.
And your co-host, Stephanie.
Our podcast has been growing like crazy, and we have you guys to thank. Each one of you that listens means the world to us.
You all take time out of your day to listen to us talk about all kinds of crazy things. Thank you all so much.
Today's show will be another good one. We return with another What Were They Thinking segment. We gotta try and top the story of the girl making a Tinder profile for her own boyfriend to cheat on her with. If you haven't heard that one, you gotta go back and listen.
What were they thinking? We also have something spooky in store for you. So turn all the lights on in your house and get ready to be creeped out.
Ooh, you better not need anything from the kitchen because you're on your own. But after we all get scared as hell, we're going to hit you guys with another What It Is segment, and you guys don't want to miss this one.
Feedback of all kind is welcome. You can reach out to us at lifetastic.us on all social media platforms. Don't be shy, we'd love to hear from you. But now, let's get started.
There are quite a bit of weird and ridiculous things that happen in the news from day to day. This is our way of shedding some light on some of the things we've dug up from around the world. Once again, we bring to you,
what were they thinking? A prankster has shocked his parents after covering their entire kitchen in peanut butter, including all of their appliances, countertops, and cabinets. TikToker Corbin Millay used up to 28 pounds of peanut butter to pull off the prank, applying it to every kitchen surface for 7 hours. However, it seems his parents got the last laugh by making him spend another 3 to 4 hours cleaning it all up. The 19-year-old from Pennsylvania uploaded 2 videos of his creation on social media, with one captioned, "All the peanut butter was eaten by dogs," and the other, "This is the moment he knew." With almost 60 million views, he has gotten quite a few comments, the best one being "covering my child's room in eviction notices." This isn't the only elaborate prank Corbin has pulled on his parents. He has also shared videos of himself wrapping his parents' house in tinfoil.
What a waste.
And another painting their bathroom pink. What were they thinking?
Next, we have a plane passenger so grossed out by a neighbor's breath, he writes a pleading note on a napkin. If you have ever traveled on a plane, you'll know how close you are to people next to you sometimes. Sometimes it feels like you can't even move your arm without brushing up against them. One man was left feeling so desperate during a flight that he had to hand a member of the cabin crew a note begging for help as his neighbor's breath was killing him. A cabin crew member shared the post on Twitter writing, "The smells you smell on planes is crazy. I'll never forget the note a man once handed me." On the napkin, the passenger had desperately scribbled, "Could I have some ground coffee in a cup? My neighbor's breath is killing me." In response to the Twitter, some were wondering why he requested coffee in a cup. Someone confirmed in another comment, "Sniffing coffee grounds helps get rid of smells." People responded to the tweet describing the man as polite. I think he's more than that. Despite the fact that he was desperate for help, he was awfully nice about it.
What was the guy with the bad breath thinking? Woman hands bag of dog shit to neighbor who let pooch do its business in her yard. Andrea Whiteside, age 53, waited for a neighbor of hers and her pesky pet to pass by on a daily walk, with their interaction caught on a Ring doorbell camera. The footage shows a bothered Andrea waiting in her front yard with a spoiled bag. She waited for her cheeky neighbor to walk by her house. She then handed her the poo over the fence, telling her, "Here you go, love. This belongs to you. It's your dog shit." Looking a bit confused, the neighbor reluctantly took the bag without giving any response. She took a quick look at it before moving on. As a dog owner, isn't it common sense to pick up after your dog? What were they thinking?
And lastly, a mom was left embarrassed when her 16-year-old daughter failed to turn up for the party she had thrown for her, opting to go to her dad's instead. The 16-year-old shared her reasons why in a forum post, and surprisingly, not many people ended up siding with her. The teen, whose parents are divorced, explained that it was her mom's turn to throw her a party, but that year turned out to be a big milestone year. She was worried it would be lame. She continued, "This year was my mom's turn to throw me a party. However, my mom's parties are always lame, and this is my 16th party, so I wanted something cool." She went on to explain that the reason she didn't want her mom to throw the party was because she always invites her family, who have a bunch of little kids that she didn't like. The anonymous teenager complained further. She won't even get my favorite cake because it's peanut butter, and my brother is severely allergic to peanuts. She told her mom she would rather spend it with her dad, but she insisted on throwing her a party anyways. She says, I told my dad to throw me a party, and she went, and it was awesome until my mom called crying. Everyone at the party saw the pictures I posted on Instagram from my dad's party. What a bitch. Sorry. The forum had a lot of comments responding to the teenage girl. A lot of them said spoiled. One person said definitely a spoiled brat. Lame, crappy, and cheap. She definitely sounds spoiled. Another agreed, saying entitled. That the teen's decision probably ruined her mom, who was just trying to show her love the best way she could.
What were they thinking?
That does it for the what were they thinking part of the show. I still can't believe these people. Maybe the lady with the bag of poop should have given it to the ungrateful 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Now, be warned, the next part of the show might just give you nightmares.
Ooh.
Good luck sleeping. These are stories of mystery, death, murder, and hauntings from around the world. If you're scared, you can skip this part. But if you like to be afraid, then this segment is for you. 24-year-old Kate Morgan was found dead at the Hotel Del Coronado in 1892. According to locals, her spirit never left the hotel, and her ghost is often observed as a gentle presence around the building. Kate Morgan arrived at the Hotel Del Coronado on Thanksgiving Day, 1892. Hotel staff and other guests said that she was waiting for a gentleman to join her. They described her as being quite sickly. Kate spent most of her time in her room. When housekeeping staff went in to clean her room, Kate told them she was suffering from terminal stomach cancer and was waiting on her brother to arrive from California. During her stay, she ventured into San Diego to buy a handgun. On the 5th day of her stay, she died of a gunshot wound to the head. Police struggled to identify the lovely young woman whose body they had found. She had given the hotel a fake name, which complicated matters. A description of Kate was telegraphed to other police agencies around the country, and newspapers reported on her death, asking the public for help identifying her. Eventually, it was discovered that the body belonged to Kate Morgan. She was married but separated from her husband, and it was assumed that she was planning to meet with another lover at the Hotel Del Coronado. It was discovered that Kate had been employed as a maid in a wealthy household in Los Angeles. She left abruptly one day and traveled by train to the Hotel Del Coronado. Fellow train passengers reported a woman who matched Kate's description fighting with a male traveling companion, with the two ending up leaving separately. The traveling companion turned out to be the stepbrother of her husband, a man named G.L. Allen. Kate and Allen had been running a gambling scam together where Kate would promise to marry a man if he was able to beat her brother Allen at a game of cards. It has been suggested that Kate's stomach cancer may have in fact been a pregnancy Kate was trying to abort. An autopsy discovered that the bullet used to kill Kate didn't match the one in the gun she had purchased. This was never followed up by police.
So then who killed her?
Many guests at the hotel have experienced paranormal activity they believe to be caused by the spirit of Kate Morgan. In the room on the 3rd floor where Kate stayed, guests have reported lights flickering on and off, a sudden gust of wind coming from nowhere, scents and sounds with no discernible source, TVs turning themselves on and off, items moving on their own, doors opening and closing by themselves, and sudden changes in room temperature. Kate's ghost has also been spotted by guests in the hotel hallways and walking like she's lost along the shore. Another very active area is the hotel gift shop, where items routinely fall off the shelves on their own but are never broken. The hotel uses Kate Morgan's story as a promotional factor, so it is in their best interest to play up the paranormal activity at the hotel. This doesn't mean none of it's real, however. You might have to venture there to discover for yourself. Do you think the spirit of Kate Morgan is still lurking at the Hotel Del Coronado? Let us know what you think.
You know, it's weird that the bullet didn't match her gun that she bought.
Yeah.
So who shot her?
Not only that, they said that the brother stayed on the train and they went in separate directions, so I don't think it was him.
I mean, it could have been. He could have just pretended like he went separate directions.
Stayed fake on the bus or the train and hopped off, you know?
Yep.
Maybe it was the husband.
That too. He probably found out that he had a baby.
And maybe he traveled because Los Angeles is close to San Diego.
Yep.
So maybe he found a different train. Maybe he knew her plans all along.
Yeah. I don't know.
But the Hotel Del Coronado is really close to where we live.
Yeah,
we've been there lots of times.
We're always walking by. We've actually been in the gift shop.
Yeah, we've been all around and through there.
Yeah, that's true. Like down below.
Yeah. So maybe the next time we're there, we'll
see something fall.
We'll poke around. Maybe we'll find out something new. Many social media users claim to have been haunted by the spirit of Teresa Fidalgo, a woman who tragically lost her life in a car accident during the 1970s. According to the story, in 1983, a vehicle accident near Sintra, Portugal, resulted in the tragic death of a young woman named Teresa Fidalgo. Fast forward 2 decades, and on July 12, 2003, a video reenacting the incident surfaced on the internet and quickly went viral. The video showed a group of friends driving their car late at night, discussing ghosts and other supernatural topics. Suddenly, they spot a young woman walking along the roadside and invite her into the car for a ride. As they journeyed together, the woman pointed out a location, stating, "This is where I died." The eerie comment unnerved the other passengers, but things took a turn for the worse when the car crashed into a tree, leaving the woman screaming in agony with blood all over her face. The male and female passengers didn't survive the crash, while the third passenger, David, survived but unable to provide a clear explanation of what happened that night. To make matters even more mysterious, Teresa's body was never found. The story of Teresa Fidalgo has captured the attention of many, and some believe that her spirit continues to haunt the location of her untimely death. The video has been shared and discussed widely on social media, sparking debates and discussions about paranormal activities. The story of Teresa Fidalgo has gained immense popularity on the internet, particularly in the form of chain letters that warn readers of dire consequences if they fail to share the story with others. Despite the lack of evidence supporting the claims made in the story, it has become one of the most widely circulated ghost stories on the internet. A few people in the comments on the Teresa Fidalgo post claimed that they have had spooky happenings occur not long after reading the message, but no one has been harmed. With all the social media aside, I've actually heard stories of people seeing ghosts on the side of the road asking for rides and stuff like that, and seeing like images of like women wearing white gowns.
I think that happens a lot in Mexico.
That's probably everywhere.
Yeah, or like in those
dark and scary roads, you know, where people may have died before. I would never pick anyone up.
Hell the fuck
even
no.
if they're alive.
Keep going, bitch.
Even daytime,
keep going.
I'm gone. But that's scary though.
Yeah.
Family of Florida cheerleader stabbed 114 times by a teen. Aiden Fucci didn't just take Tristyn's life that day, he took everything from us, said the sister of a 13-year-old cheerleader who was fatally stabbed 114 times nearly 2 years ago. The family provided emotional accounts in court during the sentencing hearing for Fucci, who has pleaded guilty to the stabbing. Fucci was 14 at the time of the crime. Alexis Bailey, who was the first to take stand, dropped 114 teal stones into a glass jar to represent each time Fucci stabbed her younger sister. I have nightmares about that moment. In my dreams, I try to reach out and grab her, beg her to spend the night, anything to prevent what happened to her just hours later. Yet, every time the door closes before I can get to her. She said that on May 9th, 2021, she became physically ill as detectives told the family Tristyn had been killed. Our family broke that day, and I don't recognize any of us anymore, she said. Alexis and another sister, Brittany Bailey Russell, said they suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder since Russell was on her honeymoon when she learned that her sister was missing. Agony isn't painful enough. Shattered to the core doesn't crumble like I feel. Infuriated doesn't even come close to touching the amount of rage I find myself trapped in, she said. And let me tell you, justice is a word for comfort. It doesn't bring her back. After each family member spoke, they dropped a white stone into the jar to represent what Fucci took from them. Tristyn was found dead in the woods outside of Jacksonville. Fucci, who was 14 at the time of the crime, told authorities that he got into an argument with her and pushed her to the ground after they had left a friend's house before dawn, May 9th, 2021. While he was still considered a witness, he snapped his selfie in the back of a police vehicle, flashing a peace sign, and posted the image on social media, writing in the caption, "Hey guys, has anybody seen Tristyn lately?" Tristyn's mother was tearful while speaking about her sleepless nights since Tristyn was killed. "The sleep deprivation is taking a toll on me mentally and physically. I do not recognize the person looking at me in the mirror," she said. "I feel like my life is spun out of control." In one of his letters, Tristyn's father, Forrest Bailey, addresses Fucci. "I loathe your very existence and know that there is nothing within you that reflects the smallest amount of goodness or human decency." Fucci was arrested May 10, 2021 on a charge of second-degree murder. Days later, a grand jury indicted him on the first-degree murder charge, with the state attorney stating that the number of stab wounds supported the charge and showed the attack was premeditated. Fucci is being tried as an adult Prosecutors have said they will seek the maximum penalty of life in prison. Wow, 114 times.
I don't think that was premeditated. You know what? They might have been walking home. He probably got jealous that she was talking to a boy and he was in rage mode, and probably that's why he stabbed her.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's more than rage.
I mean, they don't say the reason why he stabbed her, and I doubt they will know.
Well, I know that they say that when people like do overkill, it's out of passion. So there's obviously something more than just this girl's just a girl, you know?
Exactly.
He
That's
probably
what I
liked
meant.
her, was
Yep.
crazy about her, maybe like stalked her.
Maybe
a few
she
times.
didn't know. Maybe they were just on the friend zone, but he wanted
more, huh?
Yeah.
She probably told him no, or
That's
maybe
so
embarrassed him in
weird.
front of somebody and
That too.
broke his heart.
Yep.
But 114
Because
times.
you know how kids are nowadays.
Yeah, they're overly emotional. So scary. 114 stones into a jar. Imagine how dramatic that would have been.
Sad, yeah. And if you see the video, it actually shows her putting 114 rocks. So everybody in the courtroom was just seeing her do that.
We hope you guys enjoyed the Good Luck Sleeping segment of the episode. We all need a little bit of spooky in our lives. I'm scared. I know Stephanie's scared. She's hiding under the bed. All right, she came back.
I'm back, y'all.
I'm back.
I'm scared.
But now, it's time for the What It Is segment. What It Is. Everybody's favorite. A person named Eno Alaric, better known as the TikTok time traveler, has made some bold predictions for the summer. Some of his forecasts for the future haven't quite come true yet, but he has made some more predictions for the remainder of 2023. There was an alien invasion that was supposed to happen last week, but never did. I'll get into that more in a second. The guy has 400,000 followers despite his slightly incorrect predictions of the future. One of his most recent predictions states that in April, a mysterious viral outbreak will be contained in Nevada, somewhere close to Area 51. It will encourage many people to try to get a closer look, which will lead to something being discovered in a hangar. He also added that in April, a submarine will be suddenly dragged to the bottom of the ocean. It doesn't say much about the submarine, but that would be scary as hell. We don't know what's out there in the ocean, so who knows?
And how does he know all these things?
He's psychic. He's a time traveler.
Oh, okay.
Quote unquote time traveler. He continues, and apparently things get even worse in June. He predicts that a major telescope discovered that the sun is about to explode and that there will be a black object visible in front of the sun, whatever the hell that might be. He doesn't give much info on this one either, but if the prediction is true, we may have a colder summer than we hoped for. Getting back to last week's failed prediction, the public was specifically told that 8,000 people would be taken by aliens, but it appears that the aliens didn't take any one of us anywhere.
That's because it's not real.
One
Oh my
person
God.
commented to him, "What happened on March 23rd?" Another commented, "Still waiting for the aliens, bro." With no response to last week's failed prediction, the TikTok time traveler gave us more things to look forward to in 2023, and surprisingly, there's some good news ahead. He wrote on May 15th, 2023, a 750-foot mega tsunami will hit San Francisco, California, and will cause over 200,000 casualties, and that's scary as hell.
Wait, so does that mean that it's gonna probably hit us because we're close to San Francisco?
Could.
I mean,
Very
some
well
aftermath?
could.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It says also, on June 12th, a 5-mile deep trench is going to open from a 9.5 magnitude earthquake that will release many species that were thought to be extinct.
Oh, hell no.
Hopefully they ain't talking about no T-Rex. I ain't playing. And it continues, on June 18th, 7 people will randomly fall from the sky to their passing. It doesn't say much as far as how or why, but that's all that was written about that one. It's kind of a weird one. Now, on to the brighter side of his predictions. On August 12th, he says that scientists find a cure for skin cancer by using a pituitary gland from a squirrel. That's good news.
If that's true.
Maybe. I wonder if we'll all have a sudden liking for honey roasted peanuts.
Why?
Because squirrels like peanuts.
Oh.
All right, and then he continues to say, on December 3rd, 2023, a large crystal will be discovered deep in the Amazon, having the power to heal all ailments and injuries. That would be great, especially for backaches.
I think that's stupid. I think his predictions are so dumb.
I
Really?
knew you'd be a fan. I knew it.
For real.
Then he finishes, last one, saying that on December 29th of this year, scientists will find a way to use stem cells to grow replacement organs and new kinds of organs. What the hell does new types of organs be?
And you think this is not happening already? I think this is happening already.
Maybe we'll be able to breathe underwater.
No, God didn't create us to breathe underwater.
It's true, but scientists did.
Wow, that's a different story.
All right, now that does it for the What It Is segment. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This is episode number 7. We're growing quite a bit. We're thankful for all the listeners, like we said before. You guys mean the world to us. You guys keep us going and all that stuff. You guys are inspiration and the wind beneath our wings and whatnot.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the spookiness.
I'm still scared.
I know, me
I didn't even
too.
get up to pee because I was too scared because, it's far.
Babe, the bathroom's right there.
I know, but still, when you're scared, it's just real far. It's like 8 times the distance. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Reach out to us at lifetesting.us on all social platforms and have a great week.
See ya.